crazy.
I don't know if we've ever talked about my weird attachment or involvement with that song. Not involvement with the song, but Aftermath. So within a year, because that song, was number one, it was massive. The Chinese Wall album, the Philip Bailey album did really well.
Right.
We've already covered the fact that I was always obsessed with Earth, Wind & Fire.
Right.
I get a call. This is a couple years before I get a record deal, but this is when we're friends. I'm just doing what a lot of us did. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm doing anything I can do.
Yeah, right.
Singing background vocals on these records, getting donuts for David Foster. If somebody needs a song for this, I'm writing songs constantly, trying to pitch songs, trying to get. I get some cuts with Kenny Rogers.
Wow.
I get a cut with Chicago. I'm getting I'm getting there.
Yeah.
And I get a call from Philip Bailey about a year after Easy Lover.
Oh, really?
He's doing he wants to do a song. They've asked him to do a song in the Goonies movie soundtrack.
Wow.
And he's heard about this young kid who's kind of making noise in LA. And he says,
Marx.
let's get together. You want to get together and try to write a song together? I couldn't believe it. I go to he rents a studio room somewhere in some studio in Hollywood. I met him that day.
Wow.
We wrote, I remember I said, I think I can take credit for this. I don't think it was Philip. The first question was, is there something we can see? What's the scene? And they said, oh yeah, they gave me a cassette of the scene that they need the song for.
Right.
And they had a temp song. They had a song temped in that they couldn't use, which was a Bruce Springsteen song called Cover Me. You cover me. That's tempo, right?
Right.
So I go, they've already heard this music in this scene, watching it over and over again. They're used to it. We can't write something totally different than that. That was the mission. So that actually gave us a path.
Right.
So I sit at the piano.
You already started with.
And I just loosely rip off Cover Me. And I come up with this dun 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 dun, and then Philip starts singing, and he's doing all this falsetto thing. But I said, I want to hear your rock voice. I want to hear the voice that I heard on your solo album.
The producer coming out in you.
Yes. So I wrote a verse or a section of the song where you really heard him in a way you'd never heard him before, and it was phenomenal.
Wow.
We wrote the whole song in like an hour.
Wow.
Went in the next day, cut the track. I mean, I produced the track, but I didn't get credit for producing the track, which was fine. It was fine. And to this day, on the Goonies soundtrack, there's a song by Philip Bailey, written by Philip Bailey and Richard Marx.
Come on.
But then he calls me soon after, and he says, I'm going on tour. I'm doing some shows, and I want you to come on tour with me and be one of my backup singers, but I want you to do a duet of Easy Lover. You'll sing the Phil Collins part.
Get out.
And I went to Paris with him.
Come on.
I went, I did, I don't know, a dozen shows with him.
Is there footage of this?
Probably not. We did one, remember Rick Dees?
Right.
Who's Sweetheart?
Yeah, Kiss
Rick Dees
FM.
used to do a big show at the Universal Amphitheater every year.
Right.
And he would have guest artists. And Rick Dees mimed me. So I'm singing live. So don't try to change it, just leave it. And Rick Dees, I'm in the dark, invisible. Right. And Rick Dees is out miming my voice.
Come on.
With Philip.
Rick Dees in the morning.
And for years after that, whenever I would do interviews with Rick Dees, he'd go, you know how we met? He was singing Easy Lover in the dark.
Get out.
But isn't that weird?
That's really weird.
So I got to sing the Phil Collins part on your song night after night after night with Philip Bailey.
Shout out to Philip Bailey.
How crazy is that?
It's incredible.
It's the tiniest of worlds.
Well, I think about, all the things that lead to things, because you so kindly sent me your book before it came out. And one of the, first of all, the stories are amazing if people haven't read it.
Oh,
please.
Thanks. Good plug. So the Venmo cleared, apparently.
No, but one of the first things that I realized about coincidences, your dad was teaching your mom, giving her vocal lessons.
Yep. Giving her vocal lessons. Yeah, okay,
vocal
Dad.
lessons
Yeah.
to your mom, Ruth. Beautiful.
No, it's true.
Hello.
She moved from a little town in Ohio and came to Chicago
Wow.
to be a singer. Somebody said she should get a coach. And my dad was sort of like the guy who was coaching the singers in Chicago at the time.
Yeah.
So she was a student for a year or a year and a half. And then they fell in love.
But if you think about, like, look at what led to all of a sudden, here's Richard Marx, to me, that's an amazing story.
We do that with you, like where we just think, it's like that movie Sliding Doors.
Right, exactly.
Like what are the things that had to have occurred? My marriage to Daisy is a series of things that, if you look at it on paper, for those things to have happened when they happened is mind-blowing. And I can't imagine what my life would have been if they hadn't happened in that sequence.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, it's incredible.
But the same with you and Anita. There had to have been a series of things where right time, right place.
Exactly.
You, like we talked about, you waited. You wanted to make sure you were ready to get married. I know you had good long relationships, but you weren't ready.
And the biggest one was with my music, like literally the work ethic part, it's like I had my head down. I said, man, I'm here in LA.
That's why you were succeeding so well. Yeah.
And by the way, also in the book, I was a big Monkees fan as well.
Yeah.
And so Mickey Dolenz and Davey, bless his soul. When we were kids, like those guys, they were almost the Beatles in my book.
At a certain point, they had more hits than the Beatles. They were selling more records.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, and of course here we both end up having relationships with Beatles, Ringo and George Harrison. And it's again, I go back to your bedroom, an 18-year-old guy, and then you're all of a sudden you're best friends with your heroes,
Yeah.
And
to this day.
To this day. To me,
it still happens.
Yeah.
It happened to me in the last 2 years with Rod Stewart.
Wow.
I've talked about this on this show, actually. People who watch the show are probably like, not this again. But it's, I've just, I crossed paths with him a couple times. Right. He was always nice, but I just always worshipped him. And I'll tell you later, the whole Rod story, but it was just a complete fluke that we ran into each other in Perth, Australia. Wow. 2 years ago.
Lovely city.
2.5 years ago. And I had dinner at his house last weekend. I mean, we text each other all the time. I just did a couple shows with him.
Yeah.
We're pals. Like, I adore him. And his wife, Penny, and his kids. And we're a big part of each other's lives now, just because of a fluke thing that happened 2.5 years ago.
Wow. And that's where I want to get back to. You are the master
manifester.
Manifester.
I'm a manifesting motherfucker.
No, it's amazing because that has to be another choice of the millions of choices that we make in a day, and for you to, in Perth, I can't wait to hear the full story.
I'll tell you.
But for you to take a germ, like that's what you do with music too, it's a germ of idea and it grows. And you're an oak tree for me. Like I saw this little seed in this guy that was gushing.
Oh, but I feel the same about you. I feel that first of all, for you to have the list of people with whom you have worked closely and for long periods of time, your resume, if you will. I mean, there are very few studio musicians, which is technically but you're more of a performing musician, but you're also really, really widely respected studio musician. Tell me how many of those guys have documentaries? You have a documentary.
Wow.
I'm in it. I mean, I'm one of 1,000 people in it. But the thing is that across the board, you have forged relationships where you are the guy who we all want to work with. And it's primarily your gift, your talent, but it's also you as a person. It's like you're someone people want to be around. You ingratiate yourself to people, you always have, and I believe that it's just it's apples to apples when it comes to manifesting. I think that you, with Barry White, writing a song with Barry White, to working with Lionel, to working with David Foster, all of this, you had it in your mind like, I want to work with them. I want to work with my heroes. I want to work with that. Oh, I love that guys, that new artist. I really love it. Next thing we know, you're working with them. The sheer volume and amount of people you have worked with to this day and continue to like, next thing I like, it's Daft Punk. And then it's like, it's like endless. And that is something that you continue to create. You started creating it years ago and you still do it now.
You know, one of the things that really takes me back is a 14-year-old kid in the room with the blacklight poster of Cream playing do 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 do.
And look at your history with Eric Clapton. I mean, how many times have you played that song with him?
Right.
Thousands
We're getting
of
ready
times.
to come up next week.
Times.
Yeah, exactly. In front of, a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, how many shows have you done with Eric Clapton?
Oh, man. Over 100 at Royal Albert Hall
Alone.
only.
So in the thousands of shows with him, right?
Absolutely.
And more shows with him than anybody else?
Pretty much.
A lot of shows with Phil Collins at some point.
A lot of shows
right?
with Phil Collins.
A lot of shows with Kenny Loggins.
Al Jarreau.
Yeah.
Foreplay.
Yeah. Your group.
Yeah.
Yeah.